Hey guys, and welcome to a new episode of What Weah Podcast. This is your host, Cesar, and I'm right here with my other host, Chris Fratterman. Fratterman. You're a frat boy.
How you doing, Brad? We got some natty ice.
I'm gonna go crush some puss. How you
doing
sorority,
today? The sorostitutes next door are gonna stop down.
The sorostitutes? Is that what they call them?
I met a friend who told me that, and I was like, that's kind of mean. Like, if a sorority girl, he was from a fraternity.
Okay, yeah.
These horrible institutions, United States.
Yeah.
Where it's just like brewing. I guess someone would say toxic masculinity. Yeah?
Okay.
Where certain rules fly, and other places people will be like, "This is terrible," you know.
Okay.
But
like for example.
Yeah, for example, if sorority girl, they're like fraternities, but the female version.
Okay.
Slept, sorority. Yeah. If they slept with more than 3 guys of the same fraternity, they became that fraternity's sorostitute.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Did you go to college in the States?
Yes.
Okay, and were you like on campus and all that? Like the way they show it in the movies?
Yeah, actually, it's surprisingly like it is in the movies. Not like over the top, there's 80 people at the party. But it's just as grungy.
Really?
Or like fake.
Like
I don't know.
plastic?
There's like a DJ who's another kid who's studying who's just as disorganized and fucked up as you are, you know, like at the party. And then there's the guys who decorated the house, and they like really tried, even though they're just like 20-year-old douchebags who are constantly stoned and drunk and wasting their parents' money.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I would have loved to go to college in the States.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
It must have been a lot of fun. Yeah, because everybody thinks like, you know, like you have college for that. You know, like sex, you'll do it when you go to college. Everybody gets laid at college, you know?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
That kind of shit. That shit ain't true here.
People don't say there's college for that?
Not really.
I mean, everybody says that in the United States.
Yeah, I know. It's like something that no, here it's like, like you're supposed to have fun in college, but it's just that there's not a campus here. I don't know if there is any university that actually has a campus where you can go and live in it.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Living in the university it's so much fun.
It must be. Yeah. I can imagine. I would have gotten a hell of a lot of STDs, man, if I lived like in a college. So what do you have to do to be in a fraternity? Is it anybody? Like, I know that I've seen in movies that you gotta like apply to it and shit.
Have you heard about hazing?
No, what's hazing? How do you spell it, first of all?
HAZING. Hazing.
Okay.
And so
word of the day, guys.
Yeah. So each frat has like an archetype of what kind they're looking for.
Okay.
So there's like the juniors and the seniors, like the third years and fourth years, that admit the freshmen. So there's a lot of freshmen come to their house. They have a big party and they say...
Freshmen is like the first year of college, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they invite them over and they say, hey, come check out our frat. It's totally free. It's on us, guys. Have a good night. You know, enjoy yourselves. And then we're going to have our first initiation, which is totally different. And the initiations are fucked up. So they pick like 20 people. And the idea is like they want to whittle them down. They want 10 to leave.
Okay.
They have like 20 guys that they're like that they might be able to join our frat. But first we have to prove that they're like loyal to us.
Okay.
So they do some fucked up stuff. It'll be like, you got to stay in this basement for 24 hours. Like,
God. Okay.
Yeah, like Buffalo Bill style, kind of. Like, it puts the lotion on the skin.
Or else it gets the hose again.
Kind of. It's like fucked up stuff like that. Or it'll be like you're gonna get super drunk and now you gotta climb up these stairs and then climb down these stairs and we're gonna put a peg on your knee so you have like a peg leg.
Oh, all right.
Then like people get hurt, you know?
Yeah. Sounds like it.
And then there's some really like borderline stuff which they supposedly have stopped doing, but I don't think they really have. Like the elephant walk.
What's the elephant walk?
These are the really bad ones.
Okay, cool.
It's like, no, you're not gonna say cool. What? It's just it's really like humiliating.
Okay.
They get like a bunch. All the fraternity guys, the initiating ones, have to get naked. All right.
Completely naked.
Completely naked. They get in the line. You have to hold the penis of the person in front of you and the penis of the person behind you.
Holy shit, that sounds fucking humiliating.
That's the elephant walk. Yeah.
Why the fuck would you do that just to own a So what are like the pros of being part of a fraternity? Like why would you go through all that hell?
The pros are, actually there's a lot of pros.
Okay, like what? It's so funny. We're going to talk about something totally different, and now we're just talking about college and fraternities. Okay, but go on.
Because it's such a weird phenomenon. And I talk to people in Europe about it, and they're like, no, we don't have fraternities like that.
No.
I talk to people in Australia. It's like, nah, mate, we haven't fucking got that.
We ain't fucking got that, mate.
Yeah, we ain't cunts. We're not going to fucking do that. We talk to, in Britain, right? They don't have this kind of stuff. It's strictly certain massive campuses in the United States that have this phenomena.
Does that even happen in the Ivy League as well? Ivy League, for people that don't know, are like the most prestigious universities, Harvard and Oxford and all that other erds.
I mean, my brother went to Harvard.
Okay.
Because my brother's fucking intelligent, like really, really smart, like fast, and he's good at computer engineering and things like that. Okay. So he went to Harvard, and I saw his like experience in him being there. And I would say they lived together in certain rooms. They didn't have fraternities in the same style. Okay. But they all had like groups they belonged to, like National Lampoon, like people who wrote the comic on campus.
Okay.
So the comedian writers were part of their group. They weren't a fraternity, but they had like a very tight-knit group.
All right.
But there are stories about fraternities like in Yale and like secret societies. I think basically the higher ups have like secret societies. They don't have fraternities.
Oh, that's fucked.
Where they like all masturbate in coffins and stuff. And there's like stories of these secret societies that George W. Bush was in. And I think Bill Clinton was in the same one.
Well, yeah. And in House of Cards, they talk about that. In the first season, I think. They reminisce about those, like the secret societies they were part of. Where they would do like these weird ass shit. Yeah. Like that.
Yeah, totally fucked up. Things that they can't reveal to anybody. But then stories come out later. Like, oh, this secret society, as part of their initiation, like I said, like they masturbate in coffins, or I don't know, they have to reveal stuff, like details about themselves, or it's weird stuff like that, and they all do that, and so you know that like former presidents of the United States were part of this. It's really crazy.
Yeah. So, but you never told me what were the pros of being in a fraternity, the Beta, Chi, Zeta, whatever.
You live in a house with other people.
Okay, so first of all, you get like a house, not a dorm.
You're in a fucking nice house.
Okay.
Because former members of fraternities, basically they have a network together, and these same fraternities exist. They'll say like Alpha Sig Tau. Alpha Sig Tau exists in Pennsylvania State. It exists in California, in University of California. It exists, University of Florida. It's the same fraternity all across the entire nation.
Okay.
So anywhere you go,
if you're traveling, seek a brother.
You can find a brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone, like, they have their handshakes and they have this sort of code.
Like in Road Trip. Yeah. Have you seen Road Trip?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, you live in a really nice ass house.
You have a nice ass house. You got a network of people that like will vouch for you. Like fraternity brothers will die for each other. It's like even though they have fights with each other, and you're like, it's like a reality show kind of.
Okay.
But they still have like a strong group.
And does it give you like a sort of status? Because I don't know if it's maybe because of the media, but I've always heard that like fraternity people are seen as kind of like douchebags.
Yeah, because you're putting a bunch of people that want to be alpha males all in the same house.
Yeah.
Like 20 wannabe alpha males in the same fucking, shit's going to happen. They're going to be assholes.
Yeah.
And they're going to look down on other people. And they're going to, not do things that are not nice to women sometimes.
Does it go though hand in hand? Being a fraternity and being like a fucking misogynistic asshole?
Completely. Because I don't know, like there's that joke from Louis C.K. Like you see groups of young men walking around, they're just so frustrated and they want to have sex and there's just cum coming out of their eyes. Like it's like that. You see groups it's the aggression like feeds on itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not all like that. Some of them are like, they're not all strictly alpha male.
So were you ever part of a fraternity?
I had friends who were in fraternities, and I'd like go to the parties, once in a while.
Okay, but you were never part of one.
I was never part of one. I heard stories.
Okay.
Being part of a frat too is like any drug you want. It's right there. You're in the frat.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's like a way to score drugs then.
Also, it's a way to score drugs and network
women?
And women.
That's weird.
Yeah, and elephant walks.
If you're
trying to score some elephant walks.
Humiliation. Yeah, over here they got like el mechoneo.
Yeah?
You've heard of that?
No.
So el mechoneo it's the first day of college. I think it's a dying tradition.
Yeah, I've seen. Well, you see people in the street, and they have like feathers on them, and they'll.
Yeah. So the idea is that the first day of college, you got to go with clothes that you really are not intending on using ever again in your life, because they're gonna break off your clothes and tear it up. and they'll throw like eggs at you and shit. And then they'll take all your stuff and they'll be like, okay, you got to bring us back, I don't know, 20 luca or something like that. Yeah. And then we'll give you your shit back. And that's why you see people like asking for money on the streets with egg whites on their hair or whatever.
I saw that a lot in Valparaiso.
Yeah.
And Viña also.
Yeah, because it happens like in universities, like institutions, like if you go like to Duoc or Inacap, they won't do that. You know, like institutions. It's only like for universities, like for real ass universities.
Okay.
But I think it's been dying down because, you know, people started saying it was aggressive and shit like that. But to be fair, though, there was some shit that was pretty aggressive. I remember once there was something in the news that they threw a dead dog to people.
Oh, no.
For part of the Mechoneo.
Kiss it.
Yeah. They had like a fucking dead dog fucking around. Or they would throw like a cocktail of like piss and vomit.
All right,
like,
that's pretty fucked up. Yeah,
like eggs and feathers, like, all right, you know. It's kind of like juvenile maybe, but yeah, like piss, like you could actually get like hepatitis from that shit.
Wow.
You know, or kissing dead fucking dogs too. So yeah, I think because of that, they had to tone it all down like yeah, no more with this shit. So
I don't hate the tradition. Like if someone
no, not necessarily.
You know, it's a little bit humiliating, but it's like, yeah, shit, you got to go to the street and
ask for money. And then allegedly, I don't know because I've never known anybody that was a part of El Mechoneo, and then afterwards you would all get like drinks and be like, okay, like welcome to college.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Mm-hmm. You start from the bottom.
Mm. And I heard that there were like, if people didn't show up to that, it would be hell for them later.
Really?
Like if you're supposed to be on the first day of college and you don't show up, they're gonna remember.
That's the piss bags.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, but yeah, dead dogs ain't cool.
No, dead dogs ain't cool.
Yeah,
actually piss bags ain't
piss
cool.
and vomit, no. You know, but yeah, like eggs. I don't know. I think it's kind of harmless, I guess. You know, and I guess people want to live the experience too. Like, you know, like I guess somebody wanted to. And you know what happened? I remember like back in the day, I remember seeing a lot of people asking for money that you'd be like, these guys ain't from college. You know, like
they were fake Mechoneo.
I'm pretty certain. Like I don't know anybody have, but I don't know. I've seen like fucking old like me. Like imagine me like covered in egg white, be like, hey, you got some money, bro? You know? Like,
yeah.
You know? Like I kind of feel. Yeah, some people like the bums is like, yeah, today's the day. You know, everybody. Because yeah, if you see one of these kids, you want to give him money. You know, like poor fucking bastard. You know, he's walking around barefoot. You know, with fucked up shit in his body. But yeah,
banana sticking out of his asshole, asking for money,
yeah, grabbing each other's dicks. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I've never heard like of a fraternity here or anything. Like they could have maybe secrets. I don't know. I don't think so either. No. I mean, it's just how would you do it? Like there is no campus here. There is no way to actually, you know, live together for college. I know that of certain people that go to study, I don't know, like people that study in Playa Ancha in Valparaiso, they'll get like a room that they rent out, and sometimes a lot of college people will be scoping out for these kind of deals. You know, like, yo encontré una pensión acá barata, and then maybe
I think I almost lived in one of those when I was.
Yeah?
I lived in Playa Ancha for like 2 months.
Okay.
I was looking around different places. Yeah.
And was it shit?
It was just there were always people around, and there's just universities, and yeah, the Mechoneo, and just like tambores, and it was just hectic all the time, right side of La Upla.
I couldn't deal with those fucking tambores, man. I can't deal with them here.
Yeah, no, pretty much all the fucking time. But they had mil tambores, and that was really fun.
Oh, I can't stand that shit.
That was incredible. That was incredible.
I would never go.
I mean, I felt bad because you see the pictures afterwards about pollution or whatever. But
exactly, yeah.
It was so much fun.
But what's so fun about it? Like, you got to hear those fucking guys all day.
It's just like you got a million options of people to hang out with because all your friends are there. You know, there's people I knew then in Valparaiso. So it's like go to Plaza Victoria. Everyone's out in the plaza drinking.
Drinking, yeah.
Great, yeah. Let's go to Playa Las Torpedes.
Everybody's drinking there.
Everybody's drunk as fuck, and it's like from 10 o'clock in the morning. We're like at the port near Sotomayor. Just beers in our hand, like not giving a fuck.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck. It's like Russia.
Yeah,
because in Russia you can drink on the street. Have you ever seen like those not necessarily documentaries, but like reports on Russia and shit?
No,
I remember there was one that they gave here a long time ago, a show that was called Informe Especial, and it was about these guys that got brides from Russia.
Oh, okay.
You know, so it was like a mail order bride, I guess, something like that.
Yeah.
So they were talking to this guy, a Chilean guy, that got like a Russian girlfriend. Okay. It was called From Russia Without Love. The report. It was pretty good, and they would show like that in Russia, like when people actually, not even women, they would have to work like 16-hour days. You know, they make shit money. and it was crap. And then you tell, hey, come here to Chile, and it was paradise for them. So he would get like a mail order.
You work 14-hour days.
Yeah.
Get just slightly more money.
Slightly more money, yeah. No, but to them, I think it was hell. And then, they would show that it was legal to drink in the street back then. I don't know if now. So it was funny because they said that a lot of Russian women grew up to be really depressed and lonely because, they show them like walking down the street, these fucking supermodels, man, like hot as fuck, walking down the street, and then you'd see like some guys just being drunk, like just drinking shit and not paying them any attention. No, nothing, not even. Not paying them any attention. Just being, like basically what the report was trying to say is like all fucking Russians are drunk. They're too drunk that they can't even appreciate the fucking babes they got down there. Yeah. Sort of like that.
Well, it's like all these beautiful women walking down the street and not a single cat call.
Yeah, like basically nobody trying to go pick her up or anything.
Eerie silence.
Yeah, they were all like, like getting drunk together and shit.
Okay.
I don't know if it's still legal. I remember back then, they showed that it was legal. So everybody was just drinking in the street, not giving a fuck.
Huh?
And women had to work like really shitty jobs. There was this one, the one that was like the mail order bride. She worked like as a bartender for like 15 hours a fucking day. She made like $10, like $10. It was crazy. So and then you get this fucking ugly asshole to bring you over to Chile, and then you get here and then you just divorce. I don't know.
The guy's like, tengo 15 lucas.
Yeah.
Ahora me tengo esposa.
And I remember there was this one guy. He was like, so they showed the way to do it. So there was like this one guy that would like set you up with a Russian chick, and he'd show you a catalog, man. I'm not kidding.
So you're thinking about getting a Russian mail order bride. You open up the pamphlet.
Yeah. A brosure, like some chicks like that. And he had like a folder, and he would show them to them. Okay, like these are the ones that we have available. Like the ones that are willing to get the fuck out of Russia, to escape from communism. And there were ones that were like crazy fucking hot, man. So there was the guy, and he was like un chileno culiao, así chico, negro, así like a fucking ugly asshole. And he was like, they showed one, man. She was a fucking supermodel, man. Y así como, no, que ella es muy hermosa. Like I couldn't, like she's too beautiful, So she had to look for one that was slightly less beautiful. She was fucking hot anyway.
Yeah.
And then they showed her here, and then he would use. This was a long fucking time ago. So they were like, and now because of the internet, they can communicate. So they would show them, like on the computer, saying like the guy would write like, I'm hungry, And then the chick would read it, and be like, oh okay, and then they would go and cook and shit. Because I think they really
together
loved that.
Through the internet. But they weren't like actually.
No,
together.
they were living together. Oh,
okay,
they were showing like he was using like an app or whatever the fuck to like understand each other because she didn't.
Because they translated,
Yeah, because she didn't speak Spanish at all.
¿Cómo se puede traducir que te lo quiero meter por el hocico?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was weird, man. I don't know if I could ever do that.
Dude, communicating with a fake bride over an application that translates.
No,
that's pretty rough.
Paying for a wife. That's
paying for a wife.
Weird.
Yeah. I feel like paying for sex is one thing. Paying for a wife.
That's a whole different ballpark.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know.
So
That's
weird.
kind of demoralizing.
And at the same time, like you know that she doesn't love you.
Yeah. It's like she's only here because she has no other option, and she's that sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like imagine that must fucking suck.
But then they're like
I'd rather be alone.
But then there are women that are gold diggers, which it's almost the same thing to some extent. It's like it's a young, beautiful woman. She's from, I don't know, Honduras or something like that.
Yeah.
And there's like guys in the United States who have tons of money, and they look for these women.
Yeah.
And they get married, and they're relatively happy for like 10 or 15 years.
Yeah.
Then he dies, she gets money, and she fucking does whatever she wants.
True.
I don't know though. It's
easier for
like,
women.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to be like, I gotta let him fuck me. Because you have to, right? I guess. Like you can't have a marriage be like, hey, I want sex. No. Yeah. That's so weird. I don't know. Paying for sex is one thing. Let's live together, like have a fucking bride. I don't know. I think I'd rather be alone. Someday I'm going to
be probably a 60-year-old desperate man. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Yeah.
If it comes to that, I hope my words about like, oh, this is so fucked up, like don't come back to haunt me. I'm doing the same thing.
But because the thing is that what I find so weird about it is that you have to actually ask for a bride, which is like something that you have to work for. It's something because you can pay for sex, right? You can be fucking Charlie Sheen. He has fucking millions of dollars, and he just pays like the porn industry. Hey, listen, what are you shooting now? This, okay, I want to be part of it. How much money do you want? It's different, you know. We can take away all your weird ass fantasies or whatever. You can't pay somebody to actually give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
You know? Like, okay, I'll pay this fucking guy to blow him or whatever, which is one thing, but to be like, yeah, he's paying me so that I care. Man, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen, man.
It is weird.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Mail order brides. Will that ever stop being a thing?
I mean, as long as there's poor people.
Yeah. As long as there are people that are willing to get the fuck out of their country for whatever reason. And these old guys, too, man.
My friend told me he visited, like, Thailand, I think it was.
Where you can get, like, a 12-year-old bride.
Yeah. And he was like, the prostitutes there will just follow you around all day. He's like, this girl just followed me around. She was in love with me for,
and they're little
2
girls.
days. And he said he confirmed that she was over 18. Excuse me, she was over 18. I trust my friend, but he is Canadian, so maybe not.
That's weird, man.
But yeah, he's just like, they would follow, like, you have $20.
Me love you long time.
Yeah. And it was, I guess, like the scene from
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket, yeah, when they're like, I want to go first.
Yeah.
No, you go, I won't go first.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly.
Me sucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. But I heard that most of the prostitutes, but that's in Vietnam, though, where there are, like, little kids. Or you can get, like, a 9-year-old prostitute if she's willing to come out of retirement.
Jesus Christ.
I heard that in Conan O'Brien.
So cool.
I heard that in Conan. Did you ever watch the Conan O'Brien Late Show?
Of course.
Well, I don't know. Well, now it's been through like many iterations, but there was one that I used to watch back in the day, and he had a segment that was called Conan O'Brien Hates My Country.
Okay.
So what happened is that according to him, when he presented like the segment, he would be like, this other day I made a joke about, I don't know, Russians or something. And then he would show up like with a basket and he said, we got a lot of letters saying that they hated the way that I treated their country. So in order to be fair to them, every episode I'm going to shit on every single country that exists in the world. So that's why it was called Conan O'Brien Hates My Country.
Great.
You know? So he had like every day he would go like, I don't know, letter A. He would start like with A, and then he would like name the country and give like a little remark afterwards.
Okay.
And I remember that one from Vietnam. That one was really good.
That's awesome.
And there was another one. I don't remember what the fuck was it called. It was a weird ass country, man. It was something like Simpalilawa, you know, like some weird ass like shit. And he said, the reason of your long lifespan. Not even death knows where the fuck you are. It was a really weird ass country. I haven't seen Conan O'Brien like in a long time.
Yeah? He's still chugging?
Yeah, I know. He did, I've seen like there was these videos of him on the internet where he would play video games.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah.
He was playing God of War with Bill Hader or something like that.
Yeah, shit like that. Yeah,
That's like now become like, he's trying to not have his audience be like his age, which is like almost 60 now, right?
Yeah.
He's pretty fucking old now.
Yeah.
So he has to like do things that would be enticing to younger viewers. So it's like, yeah, I got this old comic to play PlayStation, you know, The Division or whatever the fuck, God of War. And it's just him riffing, like improvising the whole time. It's pretty funny.
He's fucking funny, man. He has this one where he goes to Cuba.
Yeah.
And he goes like to the rum, I think it's Havana. He goes like to a factory of rum. It's really good, man. It's really funny. I don't know how the fuck he's so snappy like that.
One that I really liked was on his new episodes, was he asked people when in the office, he really asked them if they should fire somebody. Like, who's the worst employee?
Okay.
And a lot of people were like, yeah, it's Jim. Like, Jim doesn't really do anything. So yeah, then he ends up approaching this guy, like 100% real with the camera crew. Like, yeah, so I asked 200 employees at the Conan O'Brien offices. It wasn't 200, it was probably like 30. Yeah, it's 30. Like at the Conan O'Brien offices, who we should fire, and people agreed that it should be you. Like, tell me why we shouldn't fire you. And he's like really on the air, and he's just very honest. He's like, well, when I'm doing my job well, you won't notice that I'm here, you know. And the guy's just very direct and defends himself. And he's just so information oriented, and it's so clear that he also doesn't really fucking care about his job, that he ends up becoming like a running character on the show.
Okay.
And they travel together, where the guy is he's just one of those like kind of a weirdo, where he's just completely inwardly focused, but he fucking that's a funny segment. Yeah.
Yeah, Conan O'Brien's pretty good. Hey, so we're gonna go for a break now.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back with more What Wea podcast. So we're back with more What Wea podcasts with my buddy Chris. We were talking about how much we hate fucking working. Do you hate working?
Do I hate it? Depends upon the job.
It depends upon the job?
And the day, you know?
Do you think, what do you define like a successful type of job? What do you think, to put it more clearly, do you agree with that quote that says, work in something that you love and you'll never work a day or something like that?
I mean, every job is going to have days where you don't want to do it.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. I find that quote to be utter bullshit.
Yeah, it's nonsense. Even people who are like directing the movies of their dreams and doing the job they wish, like since they were children, still fucking gonna kill themselves sometimes when they're making their movie.
Still
of their
gonna
dreams.
fucking hate it.
Yeah, they still hate it.
Do you remember any job that you had that you fucking hated?
Oh man, just absolutely hated.
Uh-huh.
I worked as a server at Friendly's. It's like a shitty restaurant in the United States.
What's it called?
Friendly's. Friendly's.
And
serve it with cheer.
And you were a server there?
I was a server, man.
And you hated it. Server. That's so ironic.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like friendly and cheery, and you're supposed to, like, if somebody asks you if someone's birthday, you have to like give them a song and.
Oh God, I hate those places.
Yeah, it was kind of like Johnny Rockets.
Johnny Rockets.
Yeah.
I was gonna say especially
like
that.
Johnny Rockets.
Okay.
And it's just terrible. Yeah, it was horrible.
But why is it so horrible? Was it because you had to do all those shitty fucking singing and dancing, or what?
Because you don't really make that much money, so you're dependent upon people's tips. And some people just don't tip.
Yeah.
God,
I hate those people.
Or they complain a lot, so you give them a new meal. I remember one time a guy was like, "I'm sorry, like this meal's bad. I need a steak." And I was like, "I'm supposed to give you a steak now?" And I asked my manager, and he was like, "Yeah, that guy looks a little fucked up. Like, give him a steak. Like, just give him a steak.
Like for free?
For free." So I gave him a free steak, and I was really nice to him. And he didn't give me any tip.
He didn't tip you at all?
No.
What a cocksucker.
What a total fucker. What a total shitbag.
So how bad was it, the tips? Like, how much would you make in a good day?
In a good day, I could make like $70.
$70.
But the thing is, like, you don't know how to use that money when you first start working, so I just wasted it immediately. Yeah.
And stupid shit.
Dumb shit. I just go buy a video game, or I don't know, like some old comic or something. I never saved any money when I should have.
Yeah, I think we all think that. I think nobody has been like, yeah, I should have saved a lot more money than I should have.
Yeah.
I should have a lot more money than I have now.
Yeah, how are you so poor?
Yeah, I know.
How are you
right?
so poor?
How am I so poor? Well, I'm not that poor. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, like I do have money saved up, but I should have a lot more. You know, like there's a lot of fucking. I remember there was this one time. Fuck, it was like 3 years ago or something. I remember that I made like. It was December or something.
Yeah.
I made like a stupid amount of money for like what I usually make. Tenía así como un palo y medio.
Buena.
You know, like a lot of fucking money. It was just that fucking December. And
Which is it's just like a very low level job in the United States, by the way. Like comparatively.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No, I didn't make that because of tips or anything. I just did like different types of jobs that they all kind of like collided at the same date.
Great.
So it was like, all right. And I had a lot of fucking money. And I did not save a cent of it.
Yeah? Where did it end up going?
Not una fucking luca.
Yeah.
I just wasted it in stupid shit. I was like, I got a lot of fucking money. Let's have fucking fun with it. Yeah, and I just fucking killed it.
And you're like, I'm gonna fucking spend this well. And the next day, like, you're walking by, like, telescope.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, but that happens because you're too young and stupid, right? But
too many hookers, too much blow to buy. No,
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, I know. No, I would never spend money on hookers or on blow. But yeah, it's crazy. I used to work in restaurants too, but I remember that I would make. Yeah, I remember I would make una vez me hice como 100 lucas, así like a night. I remember once I worked for New Year's. So they would pay me like
Everyone's
just to
so
work.
happy for New Year's.
Yeah, so they would pay me just to work the New Year's like 70,000 just for being there.
Cool.
And then in tips I made like 150 more.
Oh shit.
So I had like, you know, like un sueldo mínimo and a night's work.
Yeah.
And I was drunk off the fucking roof too. Because I said,
nice.
I'll go, but you gotta let me drink. He's like, yeah, you can drink, but you can't be fucking hammered though. He's like, no, of course I'm gonna be able to do my job, but I gotta be able to drink. He's like, yeah. It was an open bar, so nobody was gonna be. Yeah, it was an open bar. Like
That's
everybody
awesome.
that went there, they had to pay como 15 lucas.
Yeah.
And it was an open bar, so at the end they wouldn't be. So when you work as a bartender, you have to do like el costeo, you know. So like for example, for every bottle of 750, I don't know, pisco or whatever, you're supposed to get like 8 drinks out of one bottle.
Yeah.
You know, so, but then when there's an open night, like there's no way to do it because they can't compare it with, you know, like sales or anything.
Okay.
You know, they can't be like, okay, we sold 50 piscolas and let's count the bottles. Oh yeah, okay, 50 piscolas.
Because open bar, so no one cares.
It's an open bar, so nobody can give a fuck.
Okay.
You know, so I just drank all fucking night.
Oh man.
So it was like I partied and I got paid.
That's so much fun.
Yeah, that one was good.
Cool.
That one was good, you know? But yeah, I had days when I see 2 lucas. I would make
that's another deal.
God, 2 lucas per one.
Now I'm doing tours, right? It's the same thing.
So you also work with tips for tours?
For tours, strictly in tips.
It's strictly in tips.
So some days you get some fucking Brazilians, you know? You get some goddamn Argentinians. Not their fault, but their economy sucks. And they're traveling.
I love the fact that you hate Brazilians, because I can't stand those motherfuckers either.
Dude, Brazilians sometimes are like really upfront, and it's funny because they're like so rambunctious. But sometimes, God, you get one that just starts asking a lot of questions, and you know in the back of your head, this motherfucker will not tip me at the end.
Oh God!
You just know it, and they don't.
And they don't.
So yeah, I stop answering their questions like halfway. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Really?
Sometimes.
You're like, just shut the fuck up? So what do you do if somebody asks you and you don't want to answer? What, do you just ignore them?
I'll just be like, when pucha no sé.
Yeah, Brazilians suck, man. I can't stand those guys.
Brazilians, oh man. What
So
is
funny.
it about? Like their culture?
It's their
something
fucking
about like
language.
Brazilian and Argentinians. Like they don't follow authority. They don't have a concept of authority in their country.
I just think that they're just fucking rats.
Rats.
Yeah.
You think?
Because I remember once we would have to say, when I used to work at bars, we would have to say, gorjeta now inclusa, which means like, the tip is not included.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just don't, they act like they don't know about it. Because I heard once from a Brazilian guy that actually when you pay everything in Brazil, the tip is already included.
I mean, it's just shitty tip.
Yeah, but I don't buy it, man. Have you ever seen the movie Waiting?
Yeah.
Okay,
with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, okay. It's a good movie. And there's this part where there's this chick that's a waiter, and she says, "Foreigners, I fucking hate foreigners." You know, it says,
it's true.
And like they don't know how to tip. Oh, they know. They fucking know. You know, and it's true, man. I don't know who the hell. Like, if you go like to a bar or whatever in another country, the first thing that you find out is like, you know, how to ask for this, how to ask for, you know, how do I ask where the bathroom is? How do I ask how to get a soda? You know, and also you got to find out about the fucking tip. Because here, tipping is 10%. In the States, it's like 12, right?
In the States, it's 15 to 20.
15 to 20.
If it's good. But it's never obligated. It's never like, well, we included the tip just because we know you're assholes and you won't pay it like they do in Chile. You know? Like which is fine. It's fine they force it on the tip. Like, force on the tip in Chile. Because people wouldn't pay it then.
Yeah.
If you hear kind of like Mano de Guagua.
But have you seen Mano de Guagua? Have you seen here, like, people... Have you seen anywhere where they force a tip on you?
They don't force it, but it's always suggested. So you get it, and you look at the bottom line, you say, oh, okay, this is what I pay. Yeah. And it's already included. The tip.
Yeah. And like at the end, they ask you, like, ¿Quiere incluir la propina? You have to be a total douchebag, though, if you don't.
Once in a while, I'll just ask, be like, ¿Y si quiero hacer 5% en vez de 10? Just to get their reaction.
Really?
But I always end up paying 10%, at least.
Oh, man, I haven't seen that reaction happen to me, though. It's just that since I worked for so long in bars and shit like that, I really don't go to them anymore.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's like, it's hard for me to go, like, to drink somewhere.
I hate waiting for somebody to come and
exactly.
I'm not like a geriatric, like I'm not an old person that needs help.
Yeah.
Like I want to get up and get the fucking drink myself.
Yeah.
And not have to pay you.
Yeah,
you know?
Not have to tip you for fucking. Yeah, I understand. I remember that when I used to work in bars, I would go there because it was like nice for people to have to deal with you for a change. You know, like I want to be the client now, you know, which is fun. But now really I don't really frequent those many bars. Like I do go, but and also I think that I have like such bad luck with it. Like every time I go, I don't know, like to a bar, I'll be like, okay, a rusty nail. Oh, we don't have rusty nail. I'm like, fuck, man, you know? Like, okay, I'll get this burger. Oh, we're fresh out of those burgers.
Yeah.
It always happens to me, man. It must be like some sort of karma or something. Yeah. You know, like since I worked in the industry, every time that I want, I'm like, I could really go for this now. Every time that I go anywhere, they never fucking have it.
In some other life, you're a restaurant owner.
Yeah,
where
maybe.
Like half the stuff on your menu just wasn't there.
Yeah.
You fucking that's your karma. That's your karma.
That's
bitch.
my karma. I was the owner of fucking. You ever watch Bar Rescue? That show?
Nah.
It was a show on Travel and Living or something. Those like shitty channels, like Hallmark and those.
Yeah. It's like we're gonna follow people around an airport.
Yeah,
like, we're gonna follow them at a bar.
There was one that was called Bar Rescue. So they would show like shitty ass motherfucking bars, and there was this guy kind of looked like Steven Seagal, and he would like go there and fix them up. So they show like the before and after, and they were like,
Steven Seagal? He came to fix my bar?
Yeah. He kind of it wasn't him, but he kind of looked like it. And I remember watching it, so there would be like there would be a guy like, oh, my bar, I just don't know why it doesn't work. It has only cost me money. And he's like, okay, let's go to the kitchen. And the kitchen was all fucked. You know, like they'd have oysters. I remember there was this one episode I saw, they had oysters like not refrigerated.
Oh no.
You know, like that kind of shit. Like it's just too bad, man. Like I feel it has to be a show. They have to make shit up.
People just keep getting food poisoning at my bar.
Yeah, at my bar, and I don't understand why, and I can't deal with all the lawsuits. You know,
No.
He's like, okay, let's go look at your kitchen. And
Those shows are completely staged.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
They have to. Like, there's something like if you own a bar, like I don't understand. I mean, I get it that you can be like really incompetent or shit, but you know, like having like fresh chicken out in the blue. Like, I mean, fresh fish out in the blue. Like, come on, man. Like nobody does that.
Yeah.
There was one. There were like dead rats. Like there was like this one. So they had like fucking portraits and shit in the bar that were like decorations. Yeah. And there was this one part where it fucking reeked. You know, and like people that went to the bar would not sit in that place because it reeked for whatever reason. They would go sit elsewhere. You know, if a place reeks, I wouldn't sit there just to start with.
Yeah,
but it fucking reeked.
A doomed corner.
Yeah.
Like, what do we do?
So then the guy from Bar Rescue, he's like, okay, so and when did this happen? I don't know. And then he starts looking around like in the portraits, and right on top of a portrait, there was like a decomposing rat carcass.
Oh, man.
That had been there for like, God, who knows. I don't know how the fuck a rat dies on top of a portrait. You know, like it was right there, imagine. It was a dead, decomposing rat.
And that guy shows up, well, there's your problem. Thanks.
Yeah,
see you next episode.
Yeah.
There's a dead rat all along.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally got to be staged.
But I have worked like in shitty places though. I have seen.
Yeah, you've had a lot of shitty jobs.
I had a lot of shitty jobs, but I have seen like weird ass shit in fucking bars and crap like that.
Like how bad?
Like people spitting in food and shit.
Just for fun?
Just for the fuck of it. Not for fun, but like when people are being like extreme douchebags.
Yeah. Does somebody tell you like, oh, a waiter comes by and gives you the code?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got this table of douchebags.
That totally happens.
There's a code?
That totally happens.
Okay.
So I remember this one time there was I used to work at a place where the owner knew more how to be a client than to be an actual owner.
Yeah?
Because he would show up every single night with some different ass, random ass motherfucker. He'd be like, give my buddy a free drink. I'm like, okay, you know, and then what would happen?
Oh, there are tons of owners like that in Chile.
Yeah.
I've seen. Where like, they walk around, they get wasted in their own bar.
Assholes, man.
Yeah, it's wild.
Fucking stupid assholes.
It's like that's the reason for them having a bar.
Yeah, so there was this one, I remember this one guy. He would always show up like with these random ass friends of his, and he'd be like, give my friend a drink. I'm like, okay, so what do you want? I don't know, vodka and soda, you know, or vodka and tonic.
Yeah.
All right. And he'd be like, okay, yeah, you all said, yeah, he's going to give you a free drink. All right, I'll see you later. Then the owner would walk away, and then I give the guy a free drink. He's like, come on, man, give me some more. I'm like, you motherfucker, it's free. You know, like, how can you be that much of a douchebag, you know?
He finishes it immediately and asks for another one?
And then he'd come another one. I'm like, am I supposed to give you another one? He's like, yeah, I talked to him. Just give me one. And then I'd be like, no, man, sorry, I can't. He's like, come on, man, don't be an ass. Te doy una luca. So I'm like, I don't need your fucking luca, man. You want me to lose my job or a fucking luca? And then he'd show up and I'd be like, hey, is it true that this fucking guy wants another one? I should give him. He's like, really? You want another one? Oh, you mother. Okay, yeah, give him one. I'm like, oh, come on. You know, like, fucking asshole. It makes you look like a douchebag.
Yeah.
You know, because you're trying to defend his fucking interests. And so I remember there was this one chick that went. It was a lady, actually. It was a lot of old people. There was this one that she was like, she'd see you like fucking busy, and then she'd just put like the fucking drink right in front of your face and be like, hey, you know, like, okay, chill out, you know. She's like, pero es que yo soy amiga de, I don't know, we'll call him Manuel.
Yeah.
Es que yo soy amiga del Manuel. I'm like, yeah, but you gotta wait. Especially if you're this guy's friend, then you can wait even more. You know, you want the guy to be successul, right? You know, if you're his friend. And they would always look at you like, I hadn't seen it that way, you know? But the truth is they don't give a fuck. So I remember this one time that she came over and she's like, quiero una hamburguesa no sé cuánto. I'm like, sorry, the kitchen's closed. He's like, what do you mean the kitchen's closed? I'm like, the kitchen? It's closed, you know? Like,
pero yo soy la amiga de la amiga.
Yeah, pero yo soy la amiga de Manuel. I'm like, yeah, so you can go ask him and he'll tell you the same thing, that the kitchen is closed. And when the kitchen is closed, it's closed. Like, the fucking guys from the kitchen, they do not want, after they cleaned everything up.
Oh, yeah, it takes forever.
Know,
it takes
forever. Achicar. You know, it takes forever to fucking clean everything up.
Yeah.
Shut down the fryers. Just the oil to get, like, hot again, it takes for fucking ever.
Sure.
And yeah, and it's shitty. So... And I was like, no, que la cocina está cerrada. I'm like, voy a hablar con... Go ahead. You know, like, he's not going to say anything. And that would be, like, for everybody. You know, like, even the administrator would be like, no, the kitchen's closed, You know, fuck it.
Yeah.
And then the owner would show up like, oye, ya, págale una hamburguesa. Así like, no, man, we just told her.
Yeah, hazlo tú entonces.
Yeah, you know, we just told her. And then he'd go talk to the administrator. Even the administrator would be like, listen, we can't do that because, you know, we have a set of rules and we have to comply. You know, we can't start, if they see this bitch eating a fucking hamburger, and then all the people are going to be well, he thought you said the kitchen was closed, you know? Yeah, but, you know, he will always, oh, God. And also the way that she would do it, too. Because she'd come back like, told you we're gonna have to cook it, motherfucker. You know, sort of. No. She wouldn't say it, but just that smug face on her. You know, like just that smug ass expression. Like
the owner thinks I'm gonna end up sleeping with him, which I won't.
Yeah,
you know, it's like that kind of tone.
Oh, there you go. Oh, so who's laughing now, motherfucker? You know.
Oh like man.
So then I go over to the guy in the kitchen and be like, listen. Manuel said that you have to fucking, oh man, really? Yeah, and everybody would hate it. So then when it was almost ready, they give us like a little signal there. And then I remember everybody hated that bitch. Everybody did. So I remember everybody, the servers, the fucking guys that did the dishes, everybody.
Whip it out and piss all over this burger.
Yeah, no, we would just like go in a line and just spit on it. Like when it was being cooked, we just go spit
no
on
way.
everybody.
And she's like, wow, oye, igual tu rica la hamburguesa.
Yeah. So then we go and give it to her. Ahí está. Muchas gracias.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, you better, you know. And eating it. Oh God, it was
They're
so nice.
It
was so nice. Yeah, that's why. Like they said in Waiting, you don't fuck with people that handle your food, man.
Nah,
I've seen it so many times, and it's just to me, it's so baffling.
Or the road trip too, right? When he gets the French toast.
The French toast.
I love that scene. Yeah.
Yeah. To me, it's so baffling when I see people like being total douchebags. Like to people, like they're handling your food, buddy. You know, like you're not the one that's gonna end up winning, man. Not at all. Every time I see it, even my mom sometimes pulls off that kind of shit. You know, she's like, "Oye, ¿y por qué la propina?" I'm like, "Come on, please." You know, like they're handling our. I don't want to get fucking shit spit on. You know, she's like, "That's not gonna happen." Oh yeah, it will. You know, like I fucking know well.
I've seen it.
Yeah, man, I've seen it. And it's funny because my mom worked in restaurants too when she was younger.
Yeah.
You know, she must have just.
I don't know if it's
forgotten.
universal that people like end up spitting on other people's food.
I mean, like if
everyone has to be in on it. In the case of like the woman that's demanding in the bar.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's like just if it's they're rude to only you as the waiter. Like, do you have the power to just like, oh, cooks, go fuck this up for, you know?
Yeah, and everybody's on your side in that.
All right.
You know, like
I've gotten in fights. Like when I was a waiter, I got in a fight with a cook. I got the fight with a cook, and then the guy who was like cleaning dishes.
Okay.
Like real bad. Like,
really?
I was just stressed out one time. I remember, and I was like attending people, and the guy who's like the dish guy who's been there for like 10 years. His name was Himzo. He was from Bosnia.
Okay.
Himzo. He's like, hey, we have to speed these things up. Like, get the dishes faster for me, please.
Uh-huh.
You know, like, these people have to go. And I was like, give me a fucking second. That's all I said. I was like, get the fuck off me.
Yeah.
And he's like, you cannot talk to me like this. You cannot talk to me like this. And then he talked to the owner.
Uh-huh.
And the owner, like, had to sit me down and, like, give me a really serious conversation about, like...
Really?
Yeah, like, you never use the F-bomb in front of our employees, please.
The F-bomb?
The F-bomb. Himzo's very sensitive. You know that. And I was like, oh, God, all right. And so I apologized to Himzo.
Really?
Yeah. And he's like, I accept your apology. And then he ended up... Like a day later, he's like, "Oh, I now that we are friends, like I have a tandem bike I'm selling." And he like literally had a bike with two people to sit on.
Okay.
A tandem bike.
Bike.
Yeah. And I was like, "This costs how much is it?" He showed me the bike. He's like this. You go with the girlfriend. You go on the tandem bike around the city. Buy from Himzo. Good deal. And so I was like, you know what? Show me your tandem bike, Mr. Himzo. And then he brought it one of the days to work, and I saw it. and I was like, of course I'll spend $70 on this, you know? It ended up being a huge waste of money. But yeah, I bought the tandem bike from Himzo like a week after we got in a big fight.
Why? And do you feel bad because you yelled at him?
I think, yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Because, you know, like, for example, even when I worked in the industry, even if there were servers or bartenders or anybody that hated each other, they would all group together when it came, like, to a fucking pesky-ass client.
Yeah.
You know, they would set their differences aside and be like, okay, yeah, let's fuck this guy up.
This war.
Yeah, it's war.
Yeah.
You know, like, we're working here, buddy, you know? Like, come on. You know, you're here having fun. To us, this is work. You know, like, at the end of the night, when you got to kick people out, like, please leave. You know? They're like, no, yo estoy pagando, todavía me queda. Like, please leave. You know, like, here, we'll give you, like, some plastic. We had to always give people, like, plastic cups for them to take whatever the fuck they still had left. Yeah.
This is the please get the fuck out of here cup.
Please yeah, exactly. And I remember I would fight with a lot of people too, man. Yeah. Servers, we would yell at each other. And same with the kitchen. Yeah, we would fucking yell at each other. But at the end of the night, we would always sit down, have like a little beer, and then it was forgotten.
Nice.
Because it was just the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
I remember there was this one guy that worked in the kitchen that he would tell me, if you ever see my hair wet, don't fuck around with me. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, no, like if you see me, like my hair is wet.
Don't ask any more questions.
Yeah.
That's the only signal.
Yeah, just be like really nice. You know, and then I remember there was a night, I don't remember what the fuck was going on. It was crazy, you know. And there was like, I had a room for like 3 people to sit at the bar, and those were like my clients, and those were my tips. I didn't have to share them with everybody else.
Okay.
So I had to make sure, you know, they were like, so they were sitting there, and they were like, "Where's my food?" I'm like, "All right," and I went over there and I was like, "Oye, ya pues culiado, te pediste esta wea hace 1 hora. ¿Qué wea te pasa, conche tu madre?" Así like throwing fucking shit at the floor.
Mi pelo.
Well, no, yeah. No me veis, conche tu madre, que estoy pa' la cagada. ¿Qué me importa a mí, culiado? Yo también. Así like yelling, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because of the music and all that, nobody could hear it, but we were just like screaming at fucking each other.
Wow.
Apúrate nomás, conche tu madre, me sacáis la wea ahora. You know, ¿qué te vas a sacar wea vos, conche tu madre, y se agarran las tulas? You know, like, yeah, you know, like, yeah, crazy. But then in the end of the night, he'd be like, "How you doing, man?" "I'm all right. How about you?" "I'm okay." "Okay."
Yeah.
It all passed. Everybody knew that it was just because you're working and it's crazy.
Yeah. You close the door.
Yeah.
We're going to leave this one behind us.
Yeah, it always happened, which is interesting because in other types of jobs, like if you fucking yell at each other, then it's like you don't get past that ever.
Yeah, it's like a level of professionalism.
If you get to the point where you're fucking screaming at each other, like yelling, like blazing fucking cuss words, and then afterwards be like, "Yeah, don't worry about it." You know, it was crazy. I don't think that happens like in any other job.
Well, plus too, because like with food, there's a huge amount of pressure for like 2 hours. You know, you get the shift, the wave of clients, and afterwards everyone's like, okay, stress is over.
Yeah, the rush. Yeah, after that everybody's like, yeah, okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
It's good people just yell at each other though, because I've worked at schools where it's like, and during the heat of the moment, it's like people don't yell at each other. They just like say little snippy comments. And then afterwards, it's like, okay, now let's tell rumors about other teachers. Like that's how they digest the day.
Yeah.
I'm like, this ain't healthy. Like,
no,
of
course
what the
not.
fuck are you people doing? El Kawin.
Yeah.
Dude, especially in Quigo schools, there's so many Kawine.
Really?
I don't like why what the joy of that is for so many teachers in Chile.
I guess they get kicks out of it, you know?
They got about other teachers, about students, about parents of students.
Really? About students?
Yeah.
Really?
You know, about like, oh, yeah, vive una casa bien pobre ese niño. Yo lo he visto llegar, I don't know, like, sí, he visto cosas en su celular cuando lo saca. I don't know, things like that even.
God, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty unhealthy.
That's just how like teachers digest their day. Like servers, you just fucking yell at each other.
Yeah, you just yell at each other. You fucking yell.
Yeah, you fucking let it all out. It's like a visceral thing, and then you're done.
I remember that also we would do a lot of deals. Like I would do a lot of deals with the kitchen. They'd be like, "Throw me something to drink." I'm like, "Okay, throw me something to eat." You know, and then we have like these little deals going on,
nice.
And everybody was in on it. So I would give like the servers, and that was like fucking. If I ever got caught, I would have been in fucking trouble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but in the end, I think that it all works like a mob. It depends on the restaurant, though. Obviously, like you know, like when I worked at the Hard Rock Cafe, that wasn't gonna happen at the Hard Rock Cafe. But in other places I worked, it would be like, yeah.
Most of the places you worked at didn't have standards, so
no,
it was just
not
a
really.
mob.
I mean, it's just like the whole fucking work ethic is like really mob-like.
I think it's different. I think it's worse in Chile, to be honest.
Yeah.
There are like little things that go down in the United States, and there are fights and stuff, and then people go up after the day's over, they get super drunk, and they have parties, and they go and work the next day. But I don't know if it was ever like to the extent where everybody's playing deals and everybody's like dealing cards.
Yeah. At least like most of the places I worked at, it would all be like, I'll do this favor for you, and then you do a favor for me too.
Like the casino system.
Yeah. And even like in something as meaningless as fucking alcohol and food, So wherever you put like all the dirty dishes and the glasses, I'd sneak in there like una piscola. So I had to like go over to the guy that was el copero, the guy that was like the dishwasher, and I would have to give him a little bit for him to also give my shit to the guy in the kitchen. So then the kitchen would fix me up and him up too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because you can't sneak in. Like if you have all the dirty dishes and glasses, there are some glasses that you're going to see that are only like half full, así como bueno que no se tomaron todo. So between there, you can sneak like a full actual drink. You know, so I would be there. Okay, this one's for the kitchen. You know? And then same thing with the food. You know, like all the dishes that came back, all the half-eaten burgers or shit.
Yeah.
Between there would be like a really nice one.
It's like a delicate ecosystem.
Yeah.
Between the employees.
Yeah, and then sometimes even the administrators would be on it.
Yeah.
Would be in on it too. You know, or sometimes they would like not charge shit to the bar.
Oh, nice.
You know, like for example, I remember once we would charge a guy, I don't know, say his tab was like, I don't know, 9 picolas, for example. Mm-hmm. So then I'd be like, okay.
Let's charge him 10 and we keep 1?
No, let's charge him 4 and then we just keep the rest.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of shitty. It didn't happen in all of the places that I worked at, but yeah, sometimes it would depend, you know? People that would just pay and they don't want like their boleta or shit. There are some places that you can't just get away with that. You know, there would be like, aquí está la boleta. Like, yeah, but yeah. Sometimes we'd be like, okay, how much is it? 12 without the tip. Okay, here's 15. All right, and then I'll be here, it's 10,000. You know, like shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, 10,000, so what is it? Just right, I don't know, 3 pico, whatever, you know? Yeah. The mob.
The joy of getting away with shit is the best shit, man.
But I just hate working now.
In general, you're an interpreter now, so it's like.
I mean, I've been an interpreter for a long time.
I mean, that's a good job.
Yeah, it's fun.
You pay pretty well. You have to meet people.
It pays pretty well, but it's pretty hard though. The thing is that it doesn't come hard to me. I'm so cool, but but it is a hard job, you know. And I don't know, man. I'm just getting tired of like dealing with fucking people. To be honest,
okay.
I just hate like dealing with clients.
Yeah.
You know, like the fact that, you know, he's paying, so you got to pretty much be his bitch.
Dude, it's like any service.
Yeah, exactly.
Sucks. Jesus Christ. How many times I got to ride people around, answer dumb questions? Mm-hmm. Then they like pull out a drone helicopter in the middle of the tour. I'm like, don't fucking pull out your drone helicopter. Don't disappear. Like, oh, here's that German girl. She disappeared again.
Really?
Like, where'd she go? Like, she can't just disappear every time we stop. Like, where'd the fuck she go? So I had this tour like 2 days ago. And we're like, I had to stop 3 or 4 times for this German girl. Then she finally shows up. And the whole group is pissed off at her by the end. Mm-hmm. Like, what is this bitch doing?
Yeah. You know?
And then at the end, she just disappears again. And now she's really gone. So we had to like wait another 10 minutes. It turns out she's just gone. Yeah.
And she didn't tip you either.
No, because she was gone. She disappeared. And everybody else was like pissed off that, so then like she
had to wait for her.
Yeah. So then like I lost tips from other people as well, just because she had pulled the stunt of disappearing.
Yeah, it's just so complicated to work for tips, man. When tips are your only source of income, that's totally fucked. Because you got to depend on the other guy if he's not an asshole or not.
Yeah.
Because like you said, culturally, there's a lot of people. I've seen like debates, if you will, on the internet of people like really against tipping. Like they're really, really against it. They're like, no, I already paid. Like, why do I have to pay more? You know, like, come on,
shitty
man.
system.
Yeah.
It's not Australia where you make like $20 a minimum.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
There's, I think it's China or Japan, I think, where you don't have to tip because it's considered demeaning.
Yeah.
That if you tip the guy, he'll be like, oh, really? What an asshole. You know? Like, I don't know if it's China or Japan. Somebody, maybe our audience can tell us exactly where it is. But yeah, there's a lot of people that are really,
Asians
really
are terrible at tipping. Asians,
yeah.
Asians, Brazilians, Chileans. Like, that's kind of the scale. Asians being the worst.
Yeah, no, I've heard people like, no, I just don't. Why should I tip?
Dude, it's just really weird. Some Asians will have questions like, I want to know exactly all about the iglesias here in Santiago and in Chile. Tell me strictly about that information. I'm like, well, you're the first person to ask me like this question to this extent. I don't have an answer right now, but I can look it up on Google. And they're like, okay, I have to leave now. And they don't tip me.
Oh, motherfuckers.
Yeah, what motherfucker.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
They have very specific questions, and then if you don't have the answer, they're just gone.
Yeah, because I think that's the way that in their head they can wrap around the fact, okay, I'm not going to tip because I did not get the service that I was requesting. Mm-hmm. But I think tipping should be considered as, like something that you got to do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like... I
even if the service is bad. No, I'm just kidding.
No, have you ever not tipped?
Well, I've taken away tips. But like 2 weeks ago, I went to a Peruvian restaurant, and they overcharged me. They fucking overcharged me.
Why?
For the ceviche I bought. Mm-hmm. It was like, I looked at the menu, it was $7,800, and they charged me $9,000 for the ceviche.
Okay.
So I was like, why is it this price and you're charging me $9,000?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, oops, oopsie. Like, the usual, that happens all the fucking time in Chile. Like, oh, my mistake.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
And I was like, all right, please, no tip. Like, there's no fucking way I'm tipping you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's trying to fucking scam you, then fuck him.
I love to catch people trying to scam me in Chile. Like, that's one thing. I like look forward to those moments.
Does it happen to you as a fucking gringo?
Yeah.
Do you think it's because of that?
I'd say I catch them like once a month or so. Like, there's little stuff. Like, I want to get like a candy near here, Plaza de Armas.
Uh-huh.
And it's a candy I know costs like, these like mint ones, like 50 cents. Como 50 pesos.
Mm-hmm.
And me dice como, yeah, 100 pesos. And I'm like, no, ¿cómo voy a comprar 100 pesos? And I go choro like immediately.
Yeah.
So like, I start out gringo, like, ¿cuánto cuesta esto, más o menos? Como, oh yeah, 100 pesos. I'm like, ¿cómo va a ser 100 pesos esa weá? Una tan chiquitita, como 100 pesos me voy a cobrar. Viejo no cacha nada. And we'll yell, like legit yelling at each other over fucking little candy.
Yeah.
It's great.
Why are you trying to scam this guy, man? Like that?
No, not other people. Just
okay,
me.
just you, yeah.
One time I saw people selling fake pen drives near Santa Lucia.
Okay.
There's a guy who was selling, because I bought the fake pen drives they have, where it's like, I don't know what the company is. It's like Master RH or something. It's like,
but what's fake about them? You mean like they're like pirate? They're like bootleg, or they just don't work?
They just don't work.
Okay.
And they're charging like, for a 32 gigabyte pen drive, like 1,000 pesos.
Yeah, it's like stupid.
I'm like, there's no way.
There's no way it's gonna cost that, even if it's stolen.
Yeah, I'm like, if you're an idiot if you're selling it this cheaply.
Exactly.
I'd honestly question your sanity if this is real.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, they were trying to sell to this old lady, like some pen drives, and I was like, "Por favor, no lo compres." Como estos son falsos, son robados.
Yeah.
And the guy looked at me. He's like, "Oye, te voy a poner el pelo liso, chucha de madre."
I had a friend of mine that went to Peru, and he said that there it was even worse than here.
As far as like ripping you off?
Yeah, because he would say that he went to Peru for like a long time, for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
He was there. So it was really hot in Peru because he went in the summer. And he would say that, for example, he would get like a bottle of water. I don't remember exactly the conversion or anything, so I'm just going to like make up numbers. But he would be like, okay, so a bottle of water, how much is it? 6 soles. 6 soles, pero si recién compré y me cobraron 3. Ah, sí, eso, 3. Oh yeah, I mean yeah, that. You know, like come on, man. Like, why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah.
They're just trying to see if they can make it. You know.
Also,
like,
yeah, people are just like, you got me.
Yeah.
What can I do?
Oh, you got me. Okay, 3. But I wouldn't buy it from that. I remember once me compré una pizarra. I went to buy something. I moved. I was walking through and they were selling like una pizarra chica blanca. You know, a whiteboard, and I was like, how much is it? Puta, si 3 lucas. For example, 3,500. Ah, yeah, mira, tengo que ir a comprar para allá y a la vuelta lo compro. You know, I'm going to go over there, and then when I come back, I'll get it. So then I would go buy whatever the fuck, and then I come back and be like, la pizarra, ¿cuánto está? 5,000. I'm like, but you just said 3,000 like 10 minutes ago. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, for you, 3,000. For me. Come on. I'm like, okay, I don't want it. Fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like for me, like what? You're making me a deal? That's not the case. You know? Para ti, 3,000. Like, thank you, sir.
This fucker.
Yeah. So, I guess we have reached the end of our podcast. What Wea. Remember that we have an Instagram at What Wea Podcast.
The Instagrams.
Yeah, we have to get more on that Instagram, man. I hardly get on it.
Yeah, I guess we'll get a story up.
Yeah.
Every so often.
Because I got 2 other fucking Instagram accounts that I have to fucking deal with.
Dude, it's enough already.
It's enough
man.
already. 1 is enough already.
Yeah.
Imagine 3 of them.
Sapping your attention. Your life force.
My life force. Yeah. Maybe we should hire somebody to deal with our Instagrams.
Do you think?
Do you know that there's people that do that?
Really?
That's an actual job. I've actually done it. Yeah, I've actually done it.
You've managed people Instagrams?
I once worked for an Instagram account. They pay me $100,000 a month.
Really? And
yeah.
like, had you have to post every day?
No, I had to like comment on other shit. I had to like update like information or whatever.
Was it worth it per hour? Like the amount of money you got?
Yeah, because there wasn't anybody being like, hey, so I see that you haven't been on the Instagram lately. It's just like, you know, like keep it up and running.
Yeah.
You know, like make sure if there's any shitty comments, like to delete them.
Okay.
You know, I don't do that kind of shit, but they'll be like, delete the shitty comments. Let us know, like if you hear of anything that's like of importance.
Okay.
Like let us know. But they wouldn't be like, okay, so now you should be on Instagram from here to here. You know.
Yeah.
Like they would tell you, try to get in on it like when the traffic is higher, which is like at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And during lunchtime and that. But then the rest of the day would be like, you know, they in metro. It's like, well, okay, I'm gonna check this shit out.
Cool.
It was okay. But at the same time, it was kind of like, I really don't want to deal with this.
Yeah.
You know, it's boring.
It's another thing to fucking look at your...
Exactly.
Stare at your phone for.
That's to stare at your phone for. You know, we already do enough of that shit.
Dude, it's...
I know I do.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
How much time I spend on my phone?
I spend way too much time on my phone. Especially now that all jobs and everything are so related to like emails and phones and contacts and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, like I wish I could just stare at my phone just looking at stupid shit. But I actually gotta be there on the prowl.
Yeah. Hunting.
You're
hunting for the next good comment.
For them papers. Yeah. Okay, guys. So this was a What WAP podcast. Remember to follow us. We're on Spotify, also on YouTube. And any closing comments there, Chris?
No, I'm gonna be performing this Friday in La Serena. So if you are in La Serena, I'm gonna be at a bar, Living Loft. It's near the beach.
Cool.
And we're probably gonna start around 9:30 or 10 o'clock.
So where is it? Do you know the actual address?
I don't know the address off my top of my head.
Okay, well, we'll post it on the Instagram.
Living
Just if
Loft.
anybody is in La Serena, they can go see your shit.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, so we'll see you next week, guys, with more What